Hey buddy, watch this.
Hello, RegisKillbin is the name and Hearthstone is the game, and this is my latest deck experiment, where of course I experiment with a new or interesting deck idea, build it live on the spot, and then test it out. And this time around I've got a ramp Beast Druid Decksperiment in the Journey to Unguro era. So let's go ahead and jump into the deck creation process as it was recorded live on my Twitch stream. Alright guys, so the idea here with this deck experiment, and I don't know if this is even really going to work at all. I don't know if people have already tried this. I've seen maybe a couple glimpses of lists that might be sort of close to what this is, but I don't really have a basis for what I want this deck to look like, and it may be terrible, it might be good, but I do want to try out at least a couple things. Namely is that Druid did get some pretty cool new beasts. Of course, not only to their own class cards, but neutral cards that are really good beasts in Unguro. So more than ever, it seems like Beast Druid, which has always been an archetype that, you know, Blizzard has hinted at, might somehow be good, finally, but we've never really seen it. So what happens if you put beasts in a ramp environment? Because beasts that have worked so far have kind of been more like token style that I've seen with like Vicious Fledgling, Enchanted Raven. We've also seen Giant Anaconda played some, but in just more rampy style decks, not necessarily all in on beasts in ramp style decks. But Giant Anaconda is clearly one of the cards that seems like it would be really, really good in this kind of deck. Innervating out a Giant Anaconda, for instance, could just get you a really big minion like an Ultrasaur out. And just dominate the board really quickly. So I only have one of these, but clearly I'm going to want to run two of these because I think it's core to what the deck is trying to accomplish. So Giant Anaconda is the first piece of the puzzle. There's also the Verdant Longneck, new with Unguro. Just a good mid-range minion that seems like a really strong beast. And then a card that never really took off, despite how overpowered people thought it was going to be, is Menagerie Warden. And I think I'm going to go ahead and toss this in the deck too, because, you know, getting a second Giant Anaconda could be crazy. Even if you pulled a Menagerie Warden out of your Giant Anaconda, still a free 5/5 like that is crazy. Not to mention Tyrantus, of course, the biggest baddie of all in Unguro here, could actually work in this deck. But we're going to have to find some ways to make him work, because I'm still worried that he's just a little bit too slow. But there's clearly even more new beasts in Unguro. Like Volcanosaur, for instance, is a fantastic mid to late game beast that could be good in a ramp Druid deck. Bittertide Hydra is probably not terrible, but I don't know that it fits exactly what we're trying to accomplish because it's not defensive enough, and this is going to be more of a control, more of a defensive style deck than an aggressive one. I think Hydra's better in those environments. Nesting Rock has been a good minion, generally speaking, in Unguro, but I don't know that we're going to often enough have two minions out on board to give this taunt, and therefore I'm not sure it's something I'd want to run over just, say, Druid of the Claw, right? Charged Devilsaur is kind of intriguing, because it's good defensive trading value against bigger stuff, but it's also great with Giant Anaconda, because without the Battle Cry, it's just 7 damage to the face sometimes, which could be really cool. That'd be a neat little combo on occasion. And then there's this guy. Just the big giant beast, right? Like the big, high-statted, healthy beast, which I don't know that it's a good fit for the deck. But of course, everybody out there loves Ultrasaur so much. I just don't know if I can pass him up. There's so much Ultrasaur spam. I feel like we gotta have it. I just think it has to be here. And I'm going to try to find ways to make it work, because I think we're going to add some taunt givers to this deck. Because the biggest problem with all of these big cards like Tyrantus, Ultrasaur, even Volcanosaur to some extent, is that what happens is you often just play them, and your opponent can just ignore them. They just go face with a bunch of little stuff. They don't have to force any actions through all of the mana that you just spent. So it's like you just lose tempo, you lose advantages. You can't kill your opponent fast enough to make it worth it. Pirates are just going to pirate, right? Pirates will be pirates. They'll go face. So having taunt givers suddenly makes these cards a lot better, because suddenly your opponent has to deal with the 14 health for Ultrasaur. They have to recognize it and act through it, making Ultrasaur an activated, valuable minion. So I think stuff like, for instance, if I can get there, Defender of Argus and Sun Fury Protector and Faceless Shambler are cards which help us activate these giant minions, right? They make all of these do active things on the board instead of just sit there and let our opponent ignore them. And Charged Devilsaur is another card that's a little bit more active and reactionary on the board, which I like, but it also fits what the deck is trying to do with big beasts. So that's a pretty neat little set of kind of core cards. So in a way, you could almost think about this deck kind of like a hand-lock Druid, right? But you get to innervate out some of these big beasts. The biggest problem is perhaps card draw. We don't have the card draw consistency of a hand lock. We also don't have the removal spells of a hand lock. So those are the things we have to think about now as we fill out sort of the rest of this list, now that we've got some of our key... oh, actually, Mark of the Wild is an interesting inclusion too, because it's another card that can force action through these big minions. Not to mention it's just a buff. But now we also want to look for beast synergy stuff, like Mark of Yashiraj is a great card draw that activates some beasts. We don't want to spend just 2 mana here. Vermin Sensei is a beast synergy card, but I'm not sure it's a good enough one. I think this is better perhaps in like aggressive or mid-range style decks, so I don't think that's going to do it for us. Druid of the Claw, why is that? Oh, it doesn't show up as a beast. Yeah, it does. It's a dude first and then a beast later. So like Druid of the Claw could fit in this deck pretty well just as a mid to late game kind of survivability card that also has some flexibility thanks to charge. But as you'll note, we're at 25 cards and I don't have anything like Wrath yet. I think we have to run a Wrath, and I think we have to run a Swipe as removal to keep us alive in the early game. But the last thing we're missing is Ramp, of course, right? So we need Wild Growth and we need Innervate, but then look, we only have 1 slot left. So what do we do? What do we cut? And it's a really great way to build decks, I think, for people out there who want to try to build more decks and have more fun building decks. I mean, Alarmobot is an option, guys, but it's not going to work. It's just, I've tried it before. It just dies every time, 1,000 times over. It doesn't work. So we got to cut something. I think the Faceless Shamblers are the most obvious cut because they do less than Defender Vargas as far as like flexibility is concerned. And we don't necessarily want to make copies. We want to activate the beasts we have because we're going to be playing them for free and stuff. So I think cutting those makes sense, but we still do need double Innervate here as well. So we still have to find something else to cut. Like maybe a Volcanosaur, for instance. I feel like this is sort of the slowest of the minions that we have available. Although Ultrasaur actually probably takes that cake. Like maybe we just run 1 Ultrasaur and we go back to another Volcanosaur here. That feels like a more fair... That way we've got just like the 1 Ultrasaur. We're going all in on 1 Ultrasaur. I think that's more fun. Yo, Regis, longtime fan of your YouTube channel, catching the stream for the first time, says Snar, LOL. How's it going? It's going really well, man, and thanks for stopping by. It's cool to have you here. Weasel Tunneler, a lot of people are suggesting, but I don't think that's going to work for us in our ramp-style deck, guys. I'm sorry. By the way, I promised someone I'd check Twitter, and I forgot while I was away, although I've gotten a million... I gotta retweet that, guys. That is beautiful. Oh my god. Great Photoshop, the mother potato, whoever you might be on Twitch. Oh my god, there are spicy memes all over Twitter today. You weren't lying, dude. Great. Great stuff. You guys gotta go check my Twitter. I just retweeted 2 of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. If you are at all a fan, I think you're gonna enjoy these a ton. Beautiful stuff. Well done, good sir. Well done. Daddy has seen my memes. That's right. I indeed have. That's you, Fartometer 5000. I would expect nothing less from a guy named Fartometer 5000. Or maybe it's Fartometer, because that sounds funnier, but I think it's Fartometer. Fartometer. So... Giant Mastodon, by the way, is kind of an intriguing beast, too, just because it's such a big taunt. It's like what we're trying to accomplish with our, taunt-giving cards, but it does it itself, which is pretty nice. But that's actually 30 cards, guys. I think the biggest risk here is do we have enough early game to survive? Like, yeah, we have a lot of 2-drops, but look how many of them are situational, right? Like, Mark of the Wild, situational. Mark of Yashiraj, situational. And I don't think we have enough to survive. Even with Ramp, even with Wrath, like... we're just not going to be able to stabilize in the mid game enough. So I think we have to cut like Mark of the Wild, even though I kind of like the idea of it. Stuff like Earthen Scales is definitely something that could help us stabilize some health. I also kind of just like the idea of maybe running an Enchanted Raven, for instance. Addled Grizzly, these kinds of smaller cards could do something really cool. Honestly, you know, like a card like Naturalized is kind of intriguing. We're so late game oriented. You could just sacrifice a lot of card advantage for instant early board presence. What happens if we add in 2 Enchanted Ravens just for the occasional Mark of Yashiraj value, just some early taunts from time to time, trade value. Maybe we could cut Verdant Longnecks just because we already have Druid of the Claw for some 3-drops. Like a 3-drop is clearly absent in our deck right now. Are there any good Beast 3-drops that could work for us? Ironfur Grizzly, not really. King Mukla is kind of intriguing. Maybe just some 3-drops that are more situationally defensive. Something like Stonehill Defender might actually be pretty cool. What taunt minions does Druid actually have access to? Not many, because most of them are choose ones, right? So I don't think these... Jade Behemoth, Dark Arakoa would get discovered. Ironbark Protector, I don't think anything else would. Plus all the neutral taunts. Not opposed to something like a Stonehill Defender getting teched in just as a 3-drop. Frankly, a Tar Creeper might be good too, just to give us some sort of defensive minion, because we just have such a big hole in our deck right now. I know it doesn't necessarily fit the theme, but remember you have to build a deck, not just a thematically appropriate deck. Feral Rages are kind of intriguing too. What if we did like this and added in 2 Feral Rages just for the armor and the occasional attack value to clear like the Frothing Berserker or whatever that we run into? Because like Pirates, we don't have to necessarily kill everything. Once we develop big taunts, we can stabilize. I kind of like that change just to smooth this out a little bit. Not sure. Vicious Fledgling, I like Fledgling generally speaking, but I don't think necessarily it fits here. Nourish is a suggestion. Typically I like Nourish, but I think our curve is smooth enough that we don't need a lot of card draw. In other words, we have a lot of high-cost stuff. We're not typically going to run out of cards. We really only have Mark of Yashiraj and Wrath right now, but I suspect that might just be enough, because we're going to eventually top deck 7-drops, 6-drops, 5-drops, stuff that goes a long way as far as our mana is concerned, so... Coverts, how dare you. I just don't think Vicious Fledgling is the right fit for this deck. It's more offensively minded than defensively minded. Everybody wants me to craft a golden Ultrasaur, it looks like. No, thank you, Guadalupes. No, thank you. Elder Longneck, I think that's another one that's just a little bit too... too situationally weak, even though it's an Ungoro Beast. You know, we still have to, like I said, build a good deck. It's not just about kind of playing all the Ungoro cards that synergize with it. I like the list where it's at right now, frankly. Enchanted Raven just for that little bit of early game. Feral Rage for some defensive / removal utility. This card always frustrates me so much when I play against it. I feel like it'd be pretty good. And then a lot of late game beast stuff to play off. Menagerie Warden. Giant Anaconda can pull some big hits with like Tyrantus, Ultrasaur, Charged Devilsaur. Taunt Givers to make these guys even better. I don't hate it. I'm a little bit worried that Ancient of War is a good suggestion, I guess, but I'm just a little bit worried Defender Vargas is going to fall flat here, because it's kind of expensive to combo out with these guys. Like, you can't do a 4-mana card and a 7-mana card together. And also, we just don't have like the early game for it to help like stabilize an early game board, which I think it's really, really strong to do. Like, it's good at that. So I think I'm actually going to cut these. Because like Ancient of War was a good suggestion. Sonari is actually not a terrible suggestion, but a little bit slow, I suspect. So maybe like 1 Ancient of War, but that's just so many 7-drops. Look at that ridiculous curve we have. Like, that's just... I don't know if I can abide by that curve. I feel like maybe something like Stonehill Defender would be better than Ancient. We could definitely run Silverbark Patriarch for the Beast synergies, but I kind of think like Stonehill or Tar Creeper might just go farther. Tar Creeper in particular seems like it might just be a better curve play to give us just because again we have to survive. Yes, we have ramp, but we have to survive, and that's a cheap enough minion that you can combo it out with other stuff to live without, I think, compromising our eventual game plan. Tar Creeper is just such a good, flexible early to mid range minion. I think I have to go for it. What deck did you climb with? All Face Hunter from rank 16 to rank 5, and in fact, I can tell you my win rate with it too. I think that's actually intriguing. Let's see. I climbed from 16 to 5 with a 62% win rate with Hunter. I think that's right. I think that's right. Which, by the way, was like 75% until today. I lost more games today, I think, than any other day. Lost 5 in a row at one point today. So if you take that stretch out, it's even better. And once we actually, that was with a previous edition of the list. Once we changed the list to include a different card, it looks like we went 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12 and 4 since then. So considerably better. Anyway, that was a diversion I didn't need to have. But at the end of the day, I think I like this list, guys. I think I'm going to go with this. I like that change. Get rid of the defenders. Add in the just straight up taunt to survive. Raven's good. Ultrasaur made the cut. Ultrasaur made the cut, guys. Show him some love with some more spam. Because I love that Ultrasaur spam. So let's test it. Let's do it. Let's see if we can lose some ranks. We can't lose some ranks. We might lose a star, but not any ranks today. Not enough draw to make the quest valuable. Yeah, this cannot be a quest deck for sure. You're absolutely right, MKH. By the time the quest is done, we will be out of cards and we won't be able to advantage the quest at all. If we wanted to try to build a quest deck, we definitely have to do it a little bit differently than this. But I mean, I like the ideas. I like the suggestions. Good thoughts all around. It's always fun having you guys chime in with the decks. Just because I disagree with you, by the way, doesn't mean I think you had a terrible idea. I'm just explaining why I think the way we're going to do it differently makes more sense for me. Hey, Regis, can you give me a swap for 1 Anaconda and 1 Devil Soar? Yeah, like Ancient of Wars were a good fit, I think. But I don't really know yet. Like, we haven't obviously made the list yet. I don't know if it's good at all, so who knows? But, I mean, any other 7-drop, sure. Sounds like fine. What changes did you make to Face Boop, says Snar? We changed Rat Pack for Vicious Fledgling, and it was a really good change. It made a big difference. Could innervate the hero power to kill that, but I don't really see why. I can just hero power next turn. I don't really have anything else to do. Maybe swipe if it's somehow advantageous. If he plays a minion worth swiping. Sure. I think it's worth it. Could have innervated the long neck, but I could just play it straight up this turn too. So if I get a 7-drop too, like Anaconda, that would be a pretty big hit, I think. Yashraj doesn't do much probably, but hopefully that's not Mirror Entity. Could be, but what can I do? We have so many big dudes, I don't think I could play around it. RegisKillbin, do win streaks not count after rank 5? That's right, they don't. Once you hit rank 5, you lose win streak benefits. So it's just 1 star at a time. And that's why it can take a really long time to rank up at that point. And I wish I'd innervated out the Yasharaj now. But this is pretty good too. Kill it. You can kill it. All you gotta do is ping, dude. Don't you polymorph it. Don't you polymorph it. It's not gonna kill it. What a jerk. What a jerk. I don't even mind necessarily he gave me like a card draw. I guess I just go face, right? Vaporize would have pulled a Tyrantus. That would have been fine. It's obviously Ice Block though, so... Well, now anyway. Why would you play Tyrantus when you could have another Ultrasaur? Pretty good question, honestly. RegisKillbin, top 10 best commons to craft. Well, I could. Do you guys think that's valuable? They're so cheap, I can't decide. I've done it before, but I didn't feel like it was a particularly useful thing to do. We just use this for armor and hero power this down. Clearly he's looking to do some burst damage at some point, so I feel like armor is going to be valuable. I guess I could just innervate the Tyrantus. What difference does it make? Like, only Doomsayer would be really good against that, I guess. And he just used Frost Nova. Let's just innervate it out. Screw it. I don't even care. Deal with it, bro. Deal with it. Hey man, do you think a Secret Mage deck is good enough to hit Legend this month? Yeah, I do. I think Secret Mage is good enough. As long as you get a good list, I think you'll be totally fine. Alright, so we had another Frost Nova. Cool. Great news. I'm going to leave that in hand, just in case. Just armoring up for life here. We have, like, Ice Block Lethal on board if he doesn't kill with that stuff, so... I mean... I guess he could figure it out. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's actually a great draw. Jeez. We'll get to summon this Anaconda for free, though, and hopefully, like, chain out some stuff here. Not that it matters, because you have the mana anyway. This basically bought me a hero power, and that's it. Good news is these have to now... He doesn't get any more minion damage for a long time, presumably. He's got to go through this the old-fashioned way if he wants to get minion damage through. I mean, the Anaconda dies for free, but what does he do with this? How does he resolve this? Imagine if I get the Menagerie Warden, guys, on the 12/12 Taunted Tyrantus. Are you serious right now? That would be insane. Oh, I love that beautiful Ultrasaur spam. Only today, though. We can only super spam Ultrasaur while he's in a deck. That's the rule, mods. If any mods are hanging out, that's the rule. Only allowed for super spam. Like, normally just 1 or 2, but today you can go nuts. But only because he's in the deck. If only Tyrantus was neutral, that would maybe help. He big game hunters it. Oh my god, I would be pretty salty if that happened, to tell you the truth. I would be pretty frustrated. That'd be one of those few times... Oh! I called it, and we hit it, guys. We hit it. I called it. Oh my god. Yep. Oh man, the double Tyrantus taunt is sick. I'm not saying the deck is good based on that, but the deck is pretty good. That was worth the entire experience. What a good start. Oh my god. That's perfect. Did we just make a good deck, guys? No mods are here, and you know what that means. You should promote me to enforce the law. I have a pretty full mod roster right now, guys. I'm sorry. I know there's probably some people out there who would make great mods. No doubt about that. Some long-time viewers and stuff. But I basically, the people who reached out to me the soonest, most of them before I even started streaming on Twitch, and basically expressed their interest and told me why they'd be good mods. That's who made the mod list. And so far, they've been a great crew. So it worked out pretty well. Hunter's kind of scary, right? Taunts don't really help against kill commands and hero power. So we need to make sure we get out fairly quickly here. It's sort of slow. It's not the fastest one drop. Is he thinking about coining? Wild Growth, of course. Great play. Enchanted Raven Mark will be fine as well. Expect to see Razor Maul always. Kindly Grandmother's good because it's slow. Could obviously hero power, but I think this is just going to give me more dividends in the long run. What are you playing, Regis? This is a ramp Beast Druid deck that I just built. We played one game, which included a double Taunted Tyrantus. which is awesome. "100% win rate, PogChamp." Yep, that's the goal, always. What did he, Oh, he gave that death route. Okay, I see. Double Razor Maul. That's actually pretty scary. Poisonous is good, too. Jeez, that's a pretty good turn. Taunting this doesn't accomplish a lot. Oh, that was a good turn. Jeez. The Poisonous really sucks. I mean, Feral Rage Wrath does deal with 2 of those, but it leaves 2 minions out. I guess I can Druid of the Claw next turn, but Houndmaster's pretty good. I don't know. We're gonna need some taunts off these Volcanosaurs, I think. Whoa! What up with all the new follows here? Dracon, Atmosphere 6, and BR3N. Guys, thank you for the follows. Happy to have you here. Oh boy. This is where we go Deadzer, I think. I think we're donezo. This is gonna have to hit big. +3 health and taunt or something really insane. What else could possibly help me here? Not much, I don't think. Hopefully he has to trade these in and not just trade Kill Command. That would be real bad. 7 to face. +2 mana probably for 9 to face. Be at 8 health with not much to do. That's pretty scary too. Swipe would be clutch though. Swipe? No swipe. Innervate Hero Power is still fairly good. Let's see what we get here. Taunt is important. And +3 health. Okay, cool. So we called that one. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. We got to kill, obviously, that the charged Thunder Rhino there. Too scary. Just tried Face Boop. Such a good deck. I almost regret naming it Face Boop. It's like going to be my claim to fame. Bellaronic says, "Thanks for being on YouTube Live yesterday. I was able to watch on my phone at work. For some reason, my S7 doesn't work with Twitch, I mean. Huh, sorry, man. That sucks, but it's cool that you are here on Twitch today and were able to watch yesterday, too. It's awesome. No Deadly Shot. Bless RNG. Yeah, no joke, dude. Deadly Shot would absolutely destroy me, as would those 2 minions right there. Those would also do it. Oh, sure. I think I got to, right? I think I have to kill it. I go down to 4 health is the problem. I guess I could stall it. Just kill one and play the other Volcanosaur. But then it goes up to an 8-5. Like, the Volcanosaur dies. This sucks. This absolutely sucks. But I don't see how else I live. I'm dead to Kill Command. I just don't know what else to do. But the problem is I don't have any life gain. So I have to win the game in the next 3 turns. If he hero powers every turn. Which is not going to happen. So I'm pretty much doomed regardless. Unless for some reason he thinks he doesn't need to hero power. As long as he hero powers every turn, he wins the game. He doesn't have to play any more minions. Well, that gives me outs, actually. The fact that he's not... Taunt? Nope. I'm dead. Had to be taunt, I think. Well, technically, I guess I'm not totally dead. Maybe I should have done this a different way. I just kind of grabbed the +3 health because I thought I was dead. So I just snap picked it. But it's probably good because Sunfury Protector could put me back in the game. Still not dead. That's going to kill me eventually, though. I actually thought the Knuckles was going to kill me. I guess that's to actually attack, not just do damage. But I was trying to suicide, but it took a couple extra turns to suicide there. Is he doing meme decks, says XMP. No, I don't actually think this is a meme deck. I think it's a legitimately decently put together deck. I don't know that it's great, and it does run Ultrasaur, but there's some logic to the Ultrasaur decision. It's not totally just memes. Swiper no swiping, says Sean Valverde. Essentially, yeah. I like the Dora memes. Maybe it glitches and you draw 2 Innervates and a 100-100 taunt Ultrasaur. I thought Ultrasaur was always a 100-100 taunt. Is it not? Huh, I may have gotten it wrong. Hey, Atmosphere 6, thanks again for the follow, dude, and happy to have you here in chat. Feel free to ask some questions, hang out. John, since it's 1 a.m. here in my country, been studying until now, and now finally watch you before some bedtime. Cool, man, I hope I can help you fall asleep a little bit. I guess I just hard mulligan for ramp, right? It's mage, which means Wrath might be okay, but I really, 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 really want to get a Wild Growth. And I really, really, really want to get a minion to play proactively. So this is a good hand. It's fine. Don't be Counterspell, I guess. Don't be Counterspell, I guess. Don't. I'm actually gonna coin this Wild Growth, believe it or not. Typically wouldn't want to do that on 3, but since we can Hero Power Enchanted Raven to clear this and develop a minion, I think our turn 3 looks better if we coin the Wild Growth. Plus, it actually kind of helped test the Counterspell perhaps a little. Because if it failed, we could have just played the Raven. Although it would have been fairly bad. It's not a bad mirror entity target as far as my deck is concerned. If I'm going to give him a minion, that's the minion I want to give him, not an Ultrasaur. What? Regis conceded? Who is this? Well, I didn't actually concede. I sometimes will suicide, you know, Sudoku as they say. But never actually a true concede. Pretty sure I just passed through your city a couple hours ago, says Atmosphere 6. Well, the Atmosphere is always here, actually. I mean, it's a bad joke. It's a bad joke, guys. Really bad joke. I suppose Divine Shield's probably going to give me the most average value here. If it forces the ping, what can he do with 2 mana left, right? Like, he can Frostbolt it, but it doesn't kill it. The +1/+1s, I feel like, would just die incidentally to something of a mage's, right? Pings and so on and so forth. I want this to live. I think this is a fine swipe board. He's not going to play that many minions. I know it's just 2 mana that I swiped, but it helps protect this guy, and it kind of bought some damage to the faces too. Do you mean Seppuku? Yeah, I do, but everybody says commit Sudoku. That's kind of the joke. Like, it's a meme. That's what he wanted to do before. I guess I'll Feral Rage that. Anaconda on 7 is great. Womp womp, you're in the loo, yeah? Hey, good math, dude. You figured it out. Yeah, sounds like you drove through pretty close to me pretty recently. Fartometer says, I know you said you don't need mods, but who wouldn't love a meme lord with a totally professional username as their mod? We already have one with the Mysterious C. He's a spicy memer himself. I like to have one memer on the team here. Throwing out the hot memes. Hot, fresh memes straight from the mod squad. Top 10 comments to craft Ultrasaur would be #1. No joke, Tiny Finn Craven. Absolutely, dude. What? Well, we gotta deal with that, obviously. I don't really know what to do with my turn here, though. I guess I'll just trade into that 3-2. And play the Sun Fury and the Hero Power. I'm not going to Wild Growth this late because I want to use that for card draw later, right? Swipe didn't seem appealing. This at 5 health is fine, even if he Fireballs it or whatever. I need a good draw here, though. We could whiff on something if we're not careful, but... like Innervate, Enchanted Raven. Basically anything below Druid of the Claw would be a decent whiff, I think. That's not a bad swipe target. Oh, that's actually, well, not that great of a draw, because I need the Hero Power. Swipe, Hero Power, just clear the board.
I got
Now I kind of wish we'd gotten a cheap card, in hindsight. Will you try Cthulhu Priest? Seems like a good control deck. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Can you please say the E sound at the end of my name and not the A sound? Yeah, Valverde. Valverde. Is that what you're suggesting? Valverde? Instead of Valverde. To me, E versus A does not actually clarify which is right, because it still kind of sounds like... Oh, God! I didn't know I only had 3 health. What happened? Did not know I only had 3 health. When did that happen? When did I end up with just 3 health? What happened? Using my face to trade too much, I guess. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, cool. Valverde. Valverde. The reason I say that is because, I say Valverde, is because I'm a cycling fan, professional cycling, and there's a guy named Alejandro Valverde, and I say it like that because that's the name I know. Valverde. Valverde. I must meet this meme lord. Is he an American time zone? Because then rip me. Yeah, I think unfortunately he is. Or he seems to be on all the time. I'm surprised he's not in chat right now. Where is the mysterious C at? Let's see. Is he here? No, he's not here. It's unusual. Do I have any mods on right now? It's like a free-for-all in chat. I don't think I have any mods.
Must be preserved.
Ooh. It's there. It's happening. It's here. Druid, though, I think we need to get out fast against Token. Wild Growth's probably good. Innervate's probably good. Love to see, like, Enchanted Raven. That's fine. Char Creeper's going to be good. Wrath is going to be good. We need some fast cards, or we're just going to get blown over. Seven drops seem worse than 6 drops right now, I'll tell you that. 6 drops seem like they're much more playable. Wish we had more good 6 drops. What are the odds he's also playing Ramp, guys? What do you think? I don't think they're very good. I don't think the odds are... Oh, thank God we drew this. Otherwise, we would absolutely just be dead. I don't want to try to ping that down because I'm going to be able to innervate an actual minion, so I don't think I'm going to be able to hero power next turn, so I'll just hero power face, mostly for the armor gain and mana flexibility. Thank God we drew that Wrath, or we probably just straight up lost the game. I don't care about that thing so much. That's pretty slow. Innervate Volcanosaur looks pretty good here, I think. Anaconda dies, but it just summons a 5/6 Volcanosaur. I guess that's actually pretty good with Mark of Yashiraj, though. Let's just Anaconda. He might be scared to kill it and give me some control, too. Like, I don't think he makes this trade. I think he just goes face and lets me dictate a little bit. Because he'll be real scared to pop out like a Tyrantus or something. No, never mind. It's going to do it. Okay. Fine with me. Free 5/6. Swipe's a good draw. Really. Oh my God, Swipe is so good. Swipe Wrath is actually... Never mind. Swipe sucks. Swipe's a terrible draw. I just can't believe I got naturalized. Like, what happened? Well, there is multiple ways to pronounce my last name, RegisKillbin. Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry I'm getting it wrong, though. I want to get it right, obviously, of course. I want to get it right, so I'll try my best. Yeah, something. It's something, guys. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's forcing some action through. Swipe just got so bad with that Power of the Wild, though. Man, what a good turn he had. Patches is so good in Token, because it's a free card to buff, basically. So unbelievably good. Have you ever visited the UK, Regis? No, Brandon Barr, I have not. And believe it or not, despite being what most would consider a man of the world, I've never actually left the United States in my life. So, I have not, in fact, been to the UK. I've been all over the U.S. and traveled quite a bit just for work and for leisure, but Never outside the US. Oh, I don't think I have any outs here. Maybe hit Taunt on this and Wrath one of these and trade into the other. Still not enough. He just has 0 power, the remaining guy. Swipe trade leaves him with 6 damage on board. Could Wrath the other one for 2 damage on board. He has 0 power for lethal. I don't think there's any outs, guys. I think this is the best play, but there's no outs. It's just 3 damage on board. That Naturalize, I've never seen that, guys. I like it, actually. I think Naturalize is an underutilized card. Sometimes tempo is so much more important than is card advantage. That I feel like Naturalize is better than people realize. Golden Patches puke. You're right, I didn't even notice. How long is the stream going to go for? Probably another 30 or 40 minutes or so. Want to make sure we give this deck plenty of time to shine and or fail. We drew Ultrasaur, but still didn't win, guys. Something's not right. I think the game is broken. I think the game is actually broken today. If you ever got the chance to go anywhere, where would you go? Probably Japan. That's probably a boring answer, but Japan just looks awesome. I mean, Europe too has some appealing places, obviously, but Japan's just so cool. Well, the more you go live, the more I'll be here, so you'll get used to it eventually. Definitely, man. We'll get your name right, don't worry. I may forget, just remind me every time. Tell me I'm stupid. I'll get it. Fret not, Regis, I have just tuned in. Oh, thank God, dude. I was getting worried. I thought you might have died. I thought you got in like a car wreck on the way. I was legitimately concerned for your well-being. Probably not a bad hand at the end of the day. A lot of ramp, but not a lot of minions. We're going to have to be careful here. Emptying our hand too much. That's scary. He thinks I'm token, though. Which is probably good for the mulligan. Because he's not mulliganing for ramp. Like, he might have thrown away heavy removal or whatever. Hi, Dad, I'm back! The Mysterious Sea, we were just talking about you, dude. Speak of the devil, as they say. We were just talking about you. Fartometer he wants some competition. I told him, well, he said he wanted to be a mod. That we needed a meme lord on the mod squad. And I told him we already had one. The Mysterious Sea is our resident, meme guy as far as mods are concerned. So he's a little jealous, I think, of your position. I guess we could just play this. I kind of wish we could play this, but we're 1 mana off. Does that mean I just swipe and wait to set up the trade next turn? That backfires if he doubles the health on this. It'd go to 10 plus the heal would be insane. I don't know that I could ever deal with that. But Volcanosaur, what could I get? He has 7 damage attacking on board. I'd need health to keep it alive. Or Divine Shield to keep it alive. It would trade reasonably well, or at the very least set up a swipe. I think I'm better off just going for the Volcanosaur now. But then next turn, all I could really do is swipe. Swipe for the minion kill instantly. He heals it up to 7. I think I'll just swipe. I don't know if I like this, though. This might suck. I think he just heals it up to 7, and I play the Devil's Sword to kill it next turn, though. That's my hope. Hopefully there's no heal, Divine Spirit shenanigans. I just want to see only heal. That's fine. Well, that's less fine, but probably still okay. I'm still going to do it. I know it dies now, but we got to get it off the board, and he's out of cards, so I don't know. I feel okay about it. This is not the best 6-drop in history, but I'll play it if I have to, just as a 5/5. Ugh. Well, is there 2 better top decks in his deck right there than those? Just because they help him refill his hand and buff that minion for free, basically? I don't think there are. I think those are the 2 best top decks in his entire deck. Which makes me a little salty. Oh, we're spamming Ultra Sword today, Mysterious Sea, dude. Ultra Sword spam is flying because it's in our deck, dude. Look at the deck list, Mysterious Sea. It's in the deck. We've created a monster and it's time. It's time to unleash it. Could mark this to set up a trade. It obviously doesn't give me a ton of value, but I could Wrath first, set up the trade. This has got a little bit of health left. Let's Wrath first. I need to dodge the silence on this. Innervate is kind of spicy because of the Volcano Sword, but I really do need to kill this, so I think we're stuck in this route. Does playing this really help me at all? It forces this minion to trade, I guess, which is pretty valuable. Yeah, it helps. Might just kill this guy outright. I just hope he can't silence this dude or we're going to be in trouble. Or copy it again. Like, we need him to run out of gas. We need to clear the board before he... Ugh. Oh my god. The top decks, dude. I'm surprised he didn't trade. Like, I think that's a mistake. Because now he knows I can just straight up kill that. And I think I will. I'm not going to use the swipe. I'm just going to trade hero power. It's only 4 damage and just innervate the Volcano Sword. I'm totally fine with this. That thing only does 2 damage per turn. It's not that scary. Divine Shield looks sort of good. Plus 3 attack after might be really good. Is that like Shadow Word Death? Did these guys run Shadow Word Death? I don't even know. Probably do, don't they? In that case, I think I want Membrane. Because now he has to trade it. Can't do, like, shenanigans with it. Hey, buddy, watch this. Yeah, you got it, dude. That's the YouTube. Watching both streams is like having an echo. You can definitely mute one. If your beard was a card, what stats would it have? Oh man, worst wild growth turn ever. I think we just swipe there and trade into this. 5, 6, 7 with the swipe.
For the wild.
This will be exactly Purify, Divine Spirit, Inner Fire. What do you want to bet? We're just dead. What do you want to bet? This game's had some pretty... Don't do it! Don't you do it! Do not. If that's Divine Spirit Inner Fire, I swear to God. I swear to God! Okay, no Inner Fire. So we're alive. That is a terrible top deck, though. Oh my God. It's not very helpful. I mean, it's a minion, it's good, don't get me wrong. We gotta kill this, even though it can't attack now, just in case it can next turn. Like, Inner Fire kills me, so Shadow Visions also kills me, so there's like 3 cards in his deck that I know are instant lethal. Potion doesn't, but it sure is good at removing. God, maybe I should have held on to that, actually, in hindsight. Maybe we should have held on to that. Ugh. Yeah, we should have held on to it, I think. He would have had to pick a minion to trade into. The Anaconda probably would have lived. But we're top decking, so I don't know if we can win anyway. I could have had another 2-2 out if I'd saved the Raven. He's still 3 out of 12 for lethal at any given point.
You wish to live forever.
Ugh, these suck on their own, that's for sure. Jeez. I just can't win. We're not top decking hard enough. We need like Tyrantus or Devilsaur or something. This thing's just instant lethal the second it gets Inner Fire. Or Shadow Visions. But she's drawing 2 cards every turn. This is very, very likely. Great news. Awesome. It's no longer instant lethal with Inner Fire, at least. They don't run shadows anymore? Seriously? Seems like it'd be really good. Is this already the Decksperiment? Yes, indeed it is, Dare Dude. Doing a ramp Druid deck. This deck is so sucks, bro. How you play with that deck, Regis. They don't run Shadow Visions anymore. What's that? You sure? Felt like maybe they run Shadow Visions. Oh, I was like, wait a second. Thanks for the out, bro. Can you unsilence a minion, somebody? Somehow? Taunt actually still keeps me in this game. Maybe we can fatigue him out somehow. This goes down to 6 if he heals it. Double card draw. Inner Fire still doesn't win in the game. Silence does. Yeah, that sucked. Oh, they don't run Shadow Word Death. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. That's what you mean. That makes more sense. That was an answer to my question. Yes, that makes more sense. I thought you meant they don't run Shadow Visions. That seemed mind-blowing to me. Shadow Word Death makes more sense. I was definitely questioning that one a little more. You can't purify Ultrasaur. It's the most pure card ever printed. He does seem like a pretty nice guy. Oh, but my beard stats. Did I ever answer that question? I think my beard stats would be, will be legendary, obviously. It's orange already, pretty much. So I guess the stats would be... I don't know. I guess it'd be like 2/2, and it would just say unkillable. Like the minion cannot ever be killed. Which, by the way, I think could be a balanced card if it costs the right amount of mana. I don't think that'd be a particularly oppressive card. So like 2/2 can't be killed because my beard simply cannot be killed. My beard is beyond the limits of time and space. It is truly immortal. So that's what it'd be. I could have said like 100, but I'm not quite so egotistical as that. A little more humble. Much as I'd like to hero power, I think we're fine to wild growth. Didn't see the quest come out just yet, so. Yeah, we haven't yet got to play Ultrasaur, unfortunately. Regis, you need faster ramp and stronger late game. Use Deathwing, Ysera, and Nourishes. I think I'll Wrath to start here for card draw. Is Hero Power better, or is just Enchanted Raven Innervate Mark better? I think it's not. I think we want to be sure to utilize our mana as efficiently as possible, because we can Innervate the Anaconda next turn, assuming we get a valuable minion to pull. Currently, we don't have one, which sucks. This is a little bad against Sap, unfortunately. Might just have to deal with that at some point, though. That's intriguing. That's a new one. I like it. Pirate Rogue. It's cool. Oh, there it is. Don't sap me, dude. Don't you sap me. I want that Ultrasaur on the board. We're going to draw Menagerie Warden, play Ultrasaur. Oh, he's not going to. Sweet, we're going to get Ultrasaur, but I'm scared I'm dead. Straight up Pirate Rogue. But I can just swipe, too. Trade, swipe. This goes down to 2. Can't play Feral Rage, but I could Hero Power, but it won't help much. So we'll swipe here, trade here. Ultrasaur, Enchanted Raven. Maybe just Hero Power for health. I guess I could just mark this. We can Feral Rage for health next turn. Let's just mark it for card draw instead. But in playing Enchanted Raven, though, means I get to trade more favorably. I guess I'll do this instead. Ultrasaur's good enough on his own. It doesn't. We don't want to taint the Ultrasaur with the old gods' tentacles and stuff here. You could use Curator with Hungry Crab, Primordial Drake. Yeah, that's always a good little combo. Well, it looks like Ultrasaur is going to have to attack, boys. Earthen Scales? What? I don't even care. I'm not that salty. So taunts are going to be really important here. I need a taunt. Like, we have so many taunts in our deck. Feral Rage will keep me alive this turn, but we're still going to have to stabilize at some point because he has so much damage. I mean, that's the coin. He only has 2 other cards. Is he thinking about doing something? Has he got like a prep in hand? Is he prep Eviscerate or something? Like, what's he on? Here, what's he thinking? Innervate might actually be helpful depending on the outcome of this Mark of the Ashurash. In fact, it is going to be helpful. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and grab this health just in case of shenanigans, right? Like, we float a mana, but what does it matter? We need to live. Which I think we certainly will now, but we may not have at 7 if you had, like, exactly double Eviscerate or something. So, this just keeps me a little safer. Sunfury Protector would actually be a great draw at this point, I think. Unless he has Sap. He's going to roll a Naturalize here for our Ultrasaur. Be pretty sad. Hey, Regis says, Zyka X Games. Well, hello right back at you, dude. How come you aren't Legend rank yet, asks All Ram D. Because I play too many fun decks, I think, at the end of the day. Like, look at what I'm playing, and yet you ask why I'm not Legend yet. I think a lot of your questions might, in fact, be answered immediately. Plus 3 health is so much better if I get Taunt, but so much worse than Wind Fury if I don't. Because I do have to kill the guy eventually, too. But I think I'll just play for the Taunt for the easy win. So we whiffed a little, but it's okay. It's okay. I'd much rather have Wind Fury now because we could kill him over 2 turns. Right now, it's probably going to take 3 turns to kill him. It's probably still okay, but could really make a difference ultimately. I think it's going to take 3 turns anyway because this is 14, 15. I guess if we hero powered both times, we could just kill him in 2 turns. We're at 11. He has 3 on board. He only has 2 real cards. I'm just going to go face. The 2-turn kill this way. So the Wind Fury maybe didn't matter after all, unless he saps or something. I like rank 5 because you play weird decks. This is such a weird deck. Dear Dude's heading to bed. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Matthew says, thanks for streaming on YouTube, man. I'm watching in class. Uh-oh. Be careful. Why don't you get Legend before Decksperiments, asks Allram D. Because it's because I gotta make videos all the time. I gotta stream every day. Like, it's a silly... Well, it's not a silly question, but I think it should be fairly self-explanatory. I mean, if I spend the first 8 days of the month grinding your Legend and not making videos, I just have 8 days of nothing happening without actual videos and without Decksperiments. I feel like you're trying to be challenging about the fact that I'm not Legend yet, which I find interesting. I mean, would you like me to switch to the Legend card back to prove that it's possible? I just don't really see the advantage in hitting Legend immediately. Once you've done it a few times, it's really not that exciting of a thing to do consistently. Hey, oh, I already read that. Could you make a meme minions only deck? That's actually a pretty cool Decksperiment idea. Only minions, like building a deck that works. I mean, God, there's probably some that are already close. Like Zoo has been that in the past, or darn near been that in the past. What do you think, Regis? Would the old Force of Nature combo Druid be strong in the current state of the game? Might be too slow, believe it or not. It might just be too slow. Combo is really a slower strategy at the end of the day. I'm losing my voice a little bit, guys. So I'm not sure it would. I never really thought the combo itself was that overpowered anyway. We've seen other combos that do more damage that didn't just destroy the meta. I didn't think it was that nerf necessary, to be honest with you. So, I don't know. Yeah, Alexander, that's basically exactly what I was getting at. You nailed it. Zoo was basically all minions and a couple Soulfires back in the day. And frankly, even more recently than that. Just got here, says Gentleman Toast. How long is the stream planned for? Just another like 15 or 20 minutes probably, unfortunately. So you're gonna miss a little bit. Miss the first 3 hours or so. Okay, cool. Great news. That's actually pretty good. It's a lot of pressure. We can suicide it for the Devil Sword to make trades if we want to. Also just to hit face if we want to. We gotta kill this guy. That also can happen. We can swipe if he leaves us here and hopefully kill it. Hopefully he doesn't have the 4th grab. And we can kind of... Swipe's looking really good. Don't get Shadow Step. God, he's already got the quest. That's really annoying. It's really annoying. What's good in climbing ladder? Is Quest Rogue still viable? It is definitely viable. I don't think it's the best deck out there right now, for what that's worth, but... Amazing. Oh god, Tyrantus might be enough to win me the game. Because if he plays the quest and he doesn't have prep, he doesn't get any minions this turn. So we do 8 to face, play the Devil's... Oh, we can't play Devil's Sword yet, though, so hopefully I get a playable card or this somehow dies. We can suicide this into a 5-attack dude, obviously. So he can quest and play 1 minion, it looks like, at least. Or the Coin Vanish is another line that could happen. Okay, well... Go right back at this, I guess. So this is one of 2 targets here that are both probably fairly good. Oh, prep quest. Come on, dude. Coin Vanish and prep quest after completing it on turn 4. Did he, like, hand pick this hand? Did he get to choose every card in order exactly? Because that's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So I can actually guarantee that the Tyrantus comes out here, which is really cool. And killing these minions is advantageous anyway. So, he's only got 3 cards. We might be able to just go toe-to-toe with this guy. Play some stalls, force him to go through Tyrantus, maybe. Never mind, he has 4 cards. Every time, dude. It's gonna be the perfect stuff, too. Yeah, that's actually not that good. Pretty expensive for a 5/5 in his deck, in the scheme of things. Like, not in the real world, but in Quest Rogue. Pretty expensive. I think he has to trade. Patches is pretty good. I think Divine Shield here would be really clutch. So no, unfortunately we don't get it. I'll just taunt it up now. This is going to change my line a little bit. I was going to Divine Shield it, place Unfear on both of these. But now we'll just be sure to send one of those through it and basically give this Tyrantus the opportunity to attack face a few times. We could try to kill minions with it, right? But I think that's a losing play. I think we just have to develop enough stuff that we can hit face and kill him. Because he's not going to have the time to kill the Tyrantus, I don't think. He's got 1 more taunt in his deck, I suspect, with the other Bilefin Tidehunter, which could get in my way a little bit. But, swear to God. Every play has been perfect. Every play has been perfect. It's like he picked his deck by hand. 15, 20, 25, 35, 40. So I do have to kill some stuff. It blows my mind that he's like picked this deck by hand. So that's still 25. I'm going to make a gamble here. I'm going to gamble that he goes all face. He shouldn't. He should trade. But I'd lose the game regardless if I taunt this and he trades. My only shot is that he goes all face and can't kill me. And I get to do something like Tyrantus, Druid of the Claw, Tyrantus Swipe. Tyrantus, but as soon as he trades, the game is over. Which, I mean, obviously he has to trade. Like, that's clearly the best play. I just can't believe his draw order has been ridiculous. I mean, just insane plays every turn. Just mind-blowing. Oh, if I ever get salty, it's stuff like that that's going to do it. I just think that this deck, when it draws so well, is so frustrating to play against. Even though we were doing stupidly overpowered things, you just can't beat that draw. And that's what makes it unhealthy. The deck's win rate is not good. Everybody knows. It loses hard a lot. But when it draws well, what can you do? What interactions can you have? I don't think we could have done anything better. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Do you think if you play more and more Hearthstone, you will become a Reynad? Says some dude 2696. That game would suggest maybe so. Maybe, in fact, I will. That'll do it.
I must protect the wild.
Elemental Shaman is close to only minions. All they run is Lightning Storm and Hex for the most part. Yeah, that's true. There's probably a lot of decks that come fairly close to that that goal. Oh, there it is, dude. I love that Ultra Sword, dude. Tweet me that so I can retweet it. Fartometer. I love all the spicy Regis memes, dude. It's great. Uh-oh, Mysterious Sea's getting in on the action, too. Oh, he linked it. I see. Oh, multiple links. I love it. Rogue is Cancer to Hearthstone. It's so easy to complete, and the reward is way too high. It's just bad design. I think I kind of agree with you that it's just bad design. It's pretty frustrating. Regis, any advice for Miracle Priest? Don't be too quick with your resources. Sometimes mega comebacks are a thing, so you should try to hold occasionally for like really big plays. Instead of like trying to barely scoot by for a long time and making suboptimal plays. Just hoping you stay alive. Just be sure that you can do some crazy swings later on for maximum impact. What? I ain't seen this card lately. I don't know about you guys. My hand's a little awkward, but we can start heavy swinging real soon with this Innervate. Like, and he's taken forever, so we're gonna have time, I think. This is the ultimate Hex immunity. It's nice. Imagine being at rank 15 and not being able to rank up because you're playing free-to-play against all quest rogues. Yeah, there's definitely some hurdles occasionally in the rank up process. I've been there before, too. Like, it's just, you get stuck in a rut where all these crazy, stupid decks and people are playing stuff that's not really all that good, but still is frustrating to play against and holds you back, particularly if the matchups are right. It's pretty good against Shaman, I think. Still hits like Lightning Storm and Volcano kill it, but might just Feral Rage Hero Power that, honestly. Swipe Hero Power looks slightly better, though. Same kind of thing, but I saved the Feral Rage. Take quite a bit to face, but I'm doing the same to him. And obviously developing the board better, so. Can't mark of Yashiraj. This is the only problem with the can't be targeted option. Yeah, guys, don't post YouTube spoilers in chat. Be careful. People haven't watched the videos all the time. Although, I don't really think spoilers are too big of a concern in top 10 lists. Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Reynad the Salty? Probably. I've written some pretty funny stuff about Reynad before on TempoStorm.com, despite the fact that Reynad clearly owns TempoStorm.com. I should try to find that one paragraph I wrote about Reynad that I thought was particularly beautiful. This might just be Druid of the Claw charge. No, that doesn't feel very good, does it? Feral Rage doesn't do a lot either. I want to kill this Flame Tongue. Feral Rage leaves me with 4 mana. I guess I could just Mark of Yasharaj this since I have plenty of mana left. This guy's hit for 16 so far. It's crazy. I didn't have lethal, did I? Or close to? Like, we may have lethal next turn. We have 8 in hand, 8 here, and 3 here. It's a lot of damage. We have 19 damage in hand if he doesn't taunt up. Charged Devilsaur is so good with Giant Anaconda, right? Like, we haven't seen that interaction much, but they sure seem like they'd be great together. Oh, that's just lethal. We have 8 and 8. Well played. Wow, I did not expect to win like that, but that guy's deck was just so slow. I think he must have had an awkward hand or something, because that was a little too easy. That was awesome, though. Guys, I mean, we're not, like, losing every game, which is sometimes a good sign with Decksperiments. Like, sometimes just not losing every game is a bit of an accomplishment. Like, sometimes that means your deck is not absolutely brokenly bad, which we've had happen, clearly. And it happened with the Deathwing Quest Warlock previously. Most recently, in fact. This deck is mad, man. Playing a Druid Quest deck at the moment. Sounds like it's probably got some similarities. I swear aggro Druid is the cheapest way to rank up fast. Do you need any legendaries for Secret Mage? Because for aggro Druid, the most expensive card is Living Mana. You probably need like a couple legendaries for Secret Mage, yeah. Just in case this guy's a whiffed Pirates, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. Can Hero Power on 2, Innervate a 4-drop or something if we need it. Tar Creeper maybe. Mark of Yasharaj would be a great draw. He thinks we're token, by the way. So he's like all in on dealing with this board as reasonably as he can. Oh my god. Yeah, that's like the saddest thing I've ever seen. That is absolutely the saddest start to a Hearthstone game I've ever experienced. He top deck patches on turn 2 without playing a 1-drop as a Pirate Warrior. Like, that is as bad as it gets. He just said, screw it, I'm done for the day. I can't handle this. Alexander says, rank 1 Legend Secret Mage costs 1.7k dust. Deck is so good. Well, there you go then, man. RegisKillbin, you should rank the quests in a video, 1 to 9. I did that before the expansion with what I thought they'd be. Got it all wrong. As far as after the expansion, I might try that again. We'll see. So, some people think that stuff's a little bit repetitive, so I don't want to be too repetitive, certainly. RegisKillbin, what about a Rogue N'Zoth Death Rattle deck with a Shadowcaster and Shadow Step before Decksperiment? Yeah, I like that idea a lot. I think I've maybe done it before. If not, I've certainly built that deck on my own and played around with it. You can even do stuff too with what's the guy's name? The little bug guy, the 4-mana guy? The legendary? I can't think of his name, but he gives you a bounce back card as well. Like, there's some cool things you can do with that for sure. Do I want to Wrath that for card draw, or just Wrath that, or not Wrath it at all, or just trade Hero Power? Like, do I want to Wrath it and keep my Enchanted Raven alive? I can play the Sun Fury on 3. I can Hero Power on 3. I think I'm just going to keep my Raven alive for future trades. I think we're about to see a token here. And it's going to be just as important. I don't think card draw is going to be as important as killing his board is going to be important. So, yeah, I think that was the right call, it looks like. I'm going to need a turn 4 play. A Wrath would be good. A Wild Growth would be fine. Mark would be great. Take another Raven. I know the taunt is very irrelevant, but I just want to develop the minion mostly, right? He's not going to want to Hero Power this. He's going to feel real bad if he does. He'll probably trade. play another 2-drop or Mark. Mark's pretty good. Like to get my own Mark. I'd use it on this just to trade. Enchanted Raven's not the worst. This lives, which sucks, but you know, I think going wider is scarier than going taller with Token Druid. Like, he went tall on that minion instead of going wide. And I can deal more with tall stuff than I can wide stuff in my deck, so I think I like that okay. Oh, how good is stupid patches in Token? It's stupidly good. That's how good. I'll tell you how good. Stupid good. Need this to get like Divine Shield or +3 health or something. Stealth is debatable because I got that Menagerie Warden, right? Like Divine Shield, he's still going to want to kill it with Hero Power Trade, I think. Just going to stealth it. I think I've got enough health that I can take a little bit of time. He's got 4 cards in hand. Living Mana blows me out. Yeah. Ugh.
Join the pack.
Could have went for a value trade, but that thing just trades right back into another 5-drop, so it doesn't really do anything. Is he gonna trade? I would just go face. It's got 12 damage. I'm at 23. I don't have spell damage in this deck, so swipe is never gonna kill it. I don't have double swipe, so I don't know if I can ever catch up here. Living Mana is so good, and I thought it was gonna be so bad. I think I got a high roll of taunt health here. Divine Shield taunt? No, man. It's useless, absolutely useless now. See, his 9 damage showing. We're probably dead to any buff. Savage Roar obviously kills me. Really desperately needed this to be taunt. Regis, tell us the secret. How do you stay so calm and happy all the time? I don't know if I do all the time, but just I got a good life. I'm blessed. I'm lucky, man. Not just in cards, but in life. Like, not to rub it in, but just life's great. So I'm a happy guy. I think all of us should try to find the things in life that make us happy too. Is he one-off lethal for real? Can I stabilize here? Is it possible? If this was taunt, I could for sure. Theoretically keeps me alive, but I'm sure he has mana for something. Does this do just as much as swipe? It does. It does do just as much as swipe. So I might want to save the swipe, because the swipe kills this. It doesn't matter that it pings these. I think I'll just play this. Trade, trade. I can't believe he didn't draw a taunt. Like, a taunt would have maybe kept me alive. I think we're just dead, though, now. I mean, he's got 2 damage. He needs 1 damage. Any buff, any damage, any charge. He had that last turn. He just straight up missed lethal last turn. Right? He had 4... Yeah, he just missed lethal. No, he didn't have the mana, I guess. I guess he didn't have the mana. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Never mind, never mind. Never mind, he's good. He's good. Didn't have the mana. Living mana. Glenn Leo says, hey Regis, just got off a pretty crummy day at work. Glad to be home eating some food and watching the stream. Thanks for streaming. Oh, thanks, dude. Sorry about the crummy day. Hopefully the night goes a little bit better.
The light shall bring victory. I must protect the wild.
God dang it. Oh, these Regis memes. We're going to have to make like a... somehow honor them. I don't know how. It's great stuff though, Fart. I love it, dude. What gives with a positivity guy? Yeah, I know, right? This is Hearthstone. Don't be positive. I have patches. What decks can I play? Says Tequila Potato. You can just let yourself ride out, good sir. No, I mean, obviously, Token Druid's a great deck for patches. Pirate Warrior is a fantastic deck for patches. Quest Rogue's a good deck for patches. You can find a lot of places for patches. That's why he's still one of the best cards to craft, honestly. Apple136 says, finally caught a stream. First time it's not during my practice. Cool, dude. Welcome. Glad you can make it. What does tall and wide mean, Regis? So wide means multiple minions across the board. Tall means one minion that's really highly statted. So Mark of Yasharaj made that minion taller. It made it bigger. It didn't spread many minions across the board, right? The stats got taller. There weren't more across the side of the board. Hope that makes sense. I think I might just... I know Mark on this doesn't give me card draw, but it kills this Radiant Elemental, which is a very valuable minion for him to have. So I think I might just Mark trade and then actually just Wrath for card draw on the Talon Priest. It's not a super exciting play, but I think it's a good play. Yeah, but he can just heal it up, though, and then it's like, maybe I'm better off just playing the Raven. Could Potion of Madness it, but I don't think it's particularly valuable at this point. I hate changing my line halfway through, though. If he does heal, it just goes back up to 1 after he trades. Actually, it'd still die, because this is going to go up to 5, isn't it? Never mind, never mind. This is fine, this is fine. I just want the card draw. Even if he heals it, it's dead, so... We can just long neck on 5, maybe swipe Raven if it lines up somehow nicely.
Is someone injured?
Hey Regis, what do you do for work as I'm nearing that time in life where you settle on a job and do it for the rest of your life? Any tips? That's a good question. I don't mind giving general advice out there, by the way, guys, in the world. I think that's a fun thing to do. I'm older than a lot of my viewers, so maybe I can give a little bit of life experience. I work in marketing. I'm a director of marketing for a software development company. It's pretty awesome. It's not necessarily the most stable / predictable job, though, to like sign up for. Like getting a marketing degree and like going through that stuff is not really the path I took, and not always a good path. It's really hard to accelerate in that sort of environment. I was more homegrown, just doing stuff online and building some value and essentially some portfolios and stuff that I was able to leverage into actual jobs. So I took a pretty non-traditional route as far as that's concerned. So I don't know that I can give tons of advice on the traditional route there. But, you know, I think careers that are more technical, that are more education required, so like engineering, probably computer science to some degree, jobs that are not going to be easily replaced by automation and robots are good things to get into. So I don't have great examples off the top of my head, but for instance, like being a driver right now is probably not the most secure job in the world because self-driving cars are going to be a thing fairly soon, right? So you may not want to like, take that path. But you know, it's all about like finding something that you enjoy and you think is going to be fun for you for the rest of your life. I've talked too much and I have not thought about good plays here, so I'm sure this is a bad play for some reason, but yeah, it's definitely Potion of Madness bait, that's for sure. But I don't know what else to do. Our hand's a tad awkward. I hope we get something that Anaconda makes Anaconda good. We'll see. How much longer are you streaming? About 5 minutes. In fact, this might have to be my last game if it runs long. I usually like to warn you guys, but I didn't realize it was getting so late. So this is probably my last game. How about healthcare and entertainment? I don't know if you mean together. Those don't seem to go together. Healthcare really up in the air lately. I don't know. I think the U.S. is probably in line for some major healthcare shifts, regardless of politics or president or anything like that. I think it's pretty clear the United States healthcare system is faulty at a core level. So I don't know. I think a move to universal healthcare, or at least some very major changes, is inevitable. So I don't know that I'd want to be in the private healthcare industry right now. But again, I'm not an expert in that field, so that's just my perception. Take that with a grain of salt, please. But entertainment is also kind of a flaky thing, right? Guys, this hand is just hot garbage. It's just hot, wet, stinky, ugly garbage. Absolutely terrible. And this guy runs Midnight Drake in his deck, apparently. No, he doesn't. Created by Netherspike Historian. Never mind. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't... I was kind of hoping, oh, I shouldn't kill that in case I can't kill what comes out of it. Because, you know, that was my line of thought. Like, he'll just let it sit there. I guess we'll try again. The 7 mana 5/3s are great, guys. It's me, Fart. I changed my name, but I forgot to capitalize the letters. Oh no, dude. At least we'll be able to match you up with Twitter now, though. Now your name's the Mother Potato. Alright, I gotta remember that. Also a good name, but I don't know if it's quite as good as, Oh, so see, you took the bait this time. But it didn't help at all. Come on, give me a 5-drop. Okay. I'd honestly rather just play this one, though, to tell you the truth, because of the battle cry. But at least I know I can get the stats out. Like, I can do something. Okay, that's actually a really important card to get. I'll show you why in a second. Oh, anyway. Because it allows me to do that, basically. Pretty important card to get at the end of the day. Saved me a lot of health. We still are in a bad spot, because he has 6 cards in hand, and we have 1 bad card in hand. And we're very low health. That's a cool card. I sure wish we had one of those. I can't play Ultrasaur, I'm straight up dead, so I have to make this really bad play. Of course I want to play Ultrasaur, but Shadow Word Death kills me, Dragonfire Potion kills me, Potion of Madness Holy Nova kills me. Off the top. What a way to end the stream. Dead to our own Tyrantus. What a way to end this stream. Not sure who asked about career advice, but I hear Volcano Insurance Salesman is good. Not in this stream, because... Well, actually, it would be good, because I never popped the Volcano. So you'd sell a lot of insurance, but you'd never have to pay up on the policies. So that would be great. Alright, guys. So like I said, I think that's going to wrap it up for me in the Ramp Beast Druid. I mean, it didn't feel terrible, but honestly, Giant Anaconda felt pretty bad. Menagerie Warden felt pretty bad, because they felt too conditional. A lot of times we like top decked them, they didn't do enough, didn't have a big enough impact. I still don't really think we had enough taunts in the deck, surprisingly. Like, you know, a couple times it worked with Tyrantus taunt, but not really. So maybe like cutting Mark of Yashiraj actually for Mark of the Wild would be a good change, because even though it's a Beast Synergy card, we ended up using it a lot just as a stat buff and not a Beast card. So that could give you like another way to activate these minions for taunt. Beyond that, I don't know, there's probably other changes to be made. I might not even run Menagerie Warden at all, frankly, even though it's a beast deck. You just kind of use good beasts. I know that cuts out the only 2 beast synergy cards. Then you start asking the question, well, why not just run other better minions? And that might be where you fall. That might be why Ramp Druid's a really good deck and not Ramp Beast Druid. So although we tried, I just don't know that it was there. Maybe there's a beast mid-range deck, token, aggro, beast. I don't know. I just don't think this list is it. It wasn't terrible. It just didn't do enough to really substantiate the reason for its existence. So I think a bit of a failure in that regard as far as the deck is concerned. And there you have it. That was my Ramp Beast Druid. I don't know that the deck was absolutely awful, but clearly still needs some improvements, and I'm not sure it's the best way to play Druid. Well, I am sure it's not the best way to play Druid, and I'm not sure that it's the best way to even play Ramp Druid in this meta. I think there are just some better cards out there than what the Beasts actually provide you. So all that said, if you guys have any thoughts, comments, questions about the deck building, the gameplay, please do leave them in the comments below. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, game on.